Amazon will begin to ditch Android for Vega operating system, and this is set to happen later this year. This will block your ability to install any third-party applications on Amazon devices. Now, the move is set to happen sometime this year, and what we're going to see is new Fire TV Stick shipping with a new Amazon operating system, thus moving away from Android completely and going towards a proprietary Amazon operating system. Now, the big deal about this is that this will stop your ability to install third-party applications, thus putting the Fire TV devices on par with the likes of Roku and Apple TV. So after I released that video, questions started coming up asking me what are the best alternatives to your Fire TV Stick. I also did a poll in the community section just asking if not being able to jailbreak your streaming device is a deal breaker, and if you look at the results, you can just tell that jailbreaking is really important, especially to my audience. And I also released a video a couple days ago telling you guys the top 5 replacements for your Fire TV Stick here in 2025. Now, that video had a lot of comments, a lot of back and forth, a lot of pushback, which I do like, and I do take that into consideration. But just important to know that the original video, the top 5, was basically just listing substitute that will be similar in price, features, as well as specification. A lot of folks wanted me to expand on this, so what I'm doing today is naming the top 10 streaming devices that can easily replace your Fire TV Stick. Now, these are going to be in 2 different segments. The first 5, so 10 all the way through 5, is going to be on the higher end. I'm going to keep it under $150, and 5 through number 1 is going to be something that's within the price range of the Fire TV Sticks. So we're going to start with number 10. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. Now, before we jump into it, 3 disclaimers. The first one is that for this video, I have excluded the cheap Chinese TV boxes. Yes, those work, but over my years of doing this, guys, I've bought hundreds of devices. Some of those cheap Chinese boxes are not consistent with their updates. Hardware support for these devices are non-existent for the most part, and also some of them lack features like official Netflix, official apps. Just having said that, I couldn't recommend or put those on this list. Second thing we're going to address is just this is all within the price range, so I'm keeping this under $150 because the Amazon Fire TV Stick, the 4K Max, retails for $39 to $50, give or take. So when folks are looking for a Fire Stick replacement, they're probably going to want to stick within that price range. Third thing that I wanted to mention is that I've also excluded Apple TVs and Rokus as alternatives for the Fire TV Stick, and the main reason is because these are locked down. These are not going to allow you to install third-party applications. So essentially what you're going from the Fire TV Stick or the new updates on the Fire TV Stick is exactly what you're going to run into with Roku or Apple TV. Not to take anything away from those, but those are great devices, but they lack that feature that we're looking for. So with all that said, let's start our way at number 10 and work our way all the way to number 1, with 1 being the most recommended. Also, I will be leaving links to all of these boxes in the description. Go ahead and check them out. If you have any questions, just let me know. So number 10 is going to be the Mecool KM2. Now, this is a wonderful streaming device, guys. This is going to have 4K resolution, certified Netflix, certified Google, and this is going to be available in all 60 countries. Now, as far as the specification, this is going to run Android. This is going to have 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, 4K UHD, Bluetooth 4.0. CPU is going to be an S905X2B processor. It's going to have dual Wi-Fi 2.4 as well as 5 gigahertz, and this box is built to last. So here's a look at the box. This is going to be everything that we hope the Fire TV Stick is. So this is going to have multiple USB 3 ports. It's going to have a micro SD card slot. It's also going to have 10100 Ethernet port built in, which means the max speed you're going to get on this is 100 megabits per second. Everything that you'll need, you have audio out, you have an IR receiver, you also have a dedicated power button. So this is a nice looking device. As far as the remote is really attractive as well. You can see it's built like most of the Google devices. It's going to have your navigation, your inputs up top, as well as your home and your back button. But below, you're going to have your channel up and down, as well as your dedicated buttons for Netflix, YouTube, Prime Videos, as well as Google Play. Again, this is a great replacement. The price on this is currently $78, and you can't pick this up on Amazon. Now, the next device is going to be the brand new Xiami Mi Box S. This is going to be the 3rd generation. Now, Xiaomi, in my heart, is one of the better manufacturers because I've owned first 2 generations of the Mi Box, and they're still going strong. So I definitely can give the thumbs up for the longevity of the Xiaomi Mi Box. Of course, this is going to have 4K UHD image quality, Dolby Vision, HDR, Dolby Atmos, DTX. This has all the bells and whistles, guys. It's gonna have 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, upgraded CPU, and this is sent to be 25% faster than previous box, and the graphics is going to give you over 130% better performance. Now in addition, of course, this is going to have Wi-Fi 6, so this is right there with the new generation. Now the UI on this is going to be Android TV, and as far as the ports, this is going to keep it very classy and very sleek. So only thing you're going to have on here is your dedicated power port. You're also going to have an HDMI out and then a dedicated USB 3.0 port. So again, this keeps it classy, but I love the fact that it at least gives you a USB port. That way you can add storage, play media, and so on and so forth. The remote is going to be typical Xiaomi. You're going to have a minimalistic remote, just power button, voice controls, input, your back button. But overall, this is a sleek device. Love it so far. Currently available on AliExpress, which is the only place I've seen it so far. Price on this is $86, so definitely keep that in consideration. This is the Xiaomi Mi Box S. This is my 9th pick for your Fire TV stick replacement. Device number 8 is going to be the new Google TV Streamer 4K. Now this is the device that actually replaced the Chromecast with Google TV. And if you guys remember, the Chromecast with Google TV was recently discontinued, or Google stopped selling it. However, you can find it in different marketplaces all over. The brand new Google TV is a great device, and I did happen to get my hands on this. This is Google TV user interface, of course. This is going to integrate seamlessly with your home assistant. Great looking device, nice and sleek, minimalistic remote, similar to what we saw on the original Chromecast. You can see just dedicated buttons right here. I like what Google did when they moved some of the buttons around. So if you remember, the original Chromecast had the buttons on the side. This actually took that away and put the buttons on the front, which I think looks a lot better. So as far as the ports, you're going to have your HDMI right here. You also have Ethernet port, Wi-Fi 6, reset button, and you have USB-C power for your device. So I think that's why you see the price right here at $99, because this is an actual gigabit Ethernet port. You do have 2 different color options, as you can see there. And as far as the specifications, you're gonna have Bluetooth 5.0, 4 gigs of RAM, and 32 gigs of storage. So this is really a powerful device. I do love it. I do think its price may be a little bit high, but again, this is going to be one of those devices you just set up, it's good to go. You don't have to worry about it ever again. Number 7 is going to be the Nvidia Shield TV, and this is going to be the 2019 Shield TV, and this is going to be the one in the cone form factor. At $149, this is at the top of the price range again, but this is a truly powerful device, and I do think it's worth it. However, it being 5 years old, I do think they can drop the price maybe a little bit. So this is going to come with a ton of features, guys. This is going to come with Android TV. It's going to be Android TV 11, 4K HDR. This is going to give you full access to the Google Play Store, a gigabit Ethernet port. This is going to give you the new GeForce Now experience. So if you're a gamer, this will work great. One of the key features is that this have AI upscaling. So basically, this is going to take whatever video, your regular definition video, and it's going to upscale it to make it look a higher quality. I have played with this, and this is truly an amazing addition. As far as some of the ports, you're going to have your power port, Ethernet port built in. You do have a HDMI port, micro SD port, and this has a remote finder on the device. So you just actually push that button. If you ever lose your remote, the remote will start blinking, start beeping. That way you can go ahead and find it. Again, the price on this is $149, but let me know in the comment section, if you're gonna spend $149 on this device, would you then just go ahead and just get the Shield Pro, which is only another $50? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Number 6 is going to be another Mecool device, but this is going to be the Mecool KM2 Plus. This one is going to be a beast, guys. This is going to have 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage. This is going to be a certified Android TV device, so you're going to have the official 4K Netflix applications. You're going to have regular updates being pushed, Wi-Fi 6, Ton of features built in, but let's go over the device itself. So this is going to be an upgraded version to the KM2. So this is going to have a lot more built in, guys. So just taking a look at the remote, you can tell this is built for streaming. This is going to have dedicated IPTV like setup on the remote, along with the traditional remotes that we saw. So here we are on the official Mecool website, and let me just scroll through. You can see this is more of a display piece. It looks like it belongs as a showpiece where it can sit on top of your entertainment center and be visible, not just stuck behind the TV. So some glass-like material on top, plenty of ventilation underneath. As far as the ports, you can see we have a ton again. And I have a micro SD, USB 3, USB 3, power port, gigabit Ethernet, HDMI port, optical audio, as well as your IR for your IR receiver. So that rounds out my top 5. Like I said, these are going to be the higher end devices that can replace your Fire TV stick if you don't mind spending up to $150. So coming in at number 5 is going to be the Walmart on 4K streaming box with Google TV. Now, Google TV interface is going to be identical to what we see on the Chromecast with Google TV. This, in my opinion, is the best competitor with the Fire TV stick. And one of the reasons for that is priced currently at $19. As far as the specifications, this does have 4K UHD resolution, 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of storage. CPU is going to be a quad-core Cortex A35. GPU is going to be Mali G31 MP2, and this also is going to support Dolby Audio. Now, I did review this box as well, and I'll go ahead and link that video below. That way you can go ahead and check out the full review. Really impressed with this box and its price right there with the Fire TV stick. Now, number 4 is going to be the TiVo Stream 4K. Now, this is a couple years old, and I don't know if TiVo has any plan on renewing this device, but it's still a great device. So the TiVo Stream 4K, of course, it's going to have 4K UHD, Dolby Vision, HDR, Dolby Atmos, and it's powered by Android TV. So this is going to have a similar operating system to what you see on the Nvidia Shield TV, with the exception that it does have some customization as far as your preferred applications that's going to give you more content. TiVo Stream does have a lot of features. I do love the remote, the setup. This is a perfect size remote in my opinion. Also, the device itself comes with multiple USB ports that you can always update your storage, and of course this does allow you to install third-party applications. Now, pricing been going up and down on TiVo Stream 4K. Currently it's at $39, but I've seen it as low as $25. So if you're in the market, this is a good one to look out for. Device number 3 is going to be the Chromecast with Google TV. Now, Chromecast has been around for a while. They do have 2 versions. They do have a 1080p and a 4K version, with the 4K being a little bit older, but these are really marked down to put them right on par with the Amazon Fire TV sticks. Now, the HD version is newer. This one is running $19, and the 4K version, which is a little bit older, is $37. Now, just to go over some of the main features, this is an official Google device. Does give you 4K HDR. This does have Google TV, which is a polished up version of Android. So this is always receiving regular updates. So this will have all the streaming apps that you need. And in addition, this is gonna allow you to install your third-party applications. As far as the specifications, we're going to have 2 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of internal storage. We're going to have a 4-core ARM Cortex A55, and this maxes out at 1908 megahertz. So the only reason why this isn't higher is because I feel like this is outdated. It is a couple years old, and I'm waiting for Google to release a newer 4K Google TV. Device number 2 is going to be the Xiaomi Mi Box S. Now, this is a 4K HDR Android TV device. So essentially, this is going to have the same user interface as Nvidia Shield TV, and it does have the Google Assistant built in. Price on this is currently $64. And the reason why I included this is because I've had a couple Mi boxes over the past couple years, including this one. And over the past couple years, this has been a rock star. No issues, receive regular updates. These are solid streaming devices, certified Google devices, and of course, they allow you the ability to install your third-party applications. The remote is really well put together, easy to use. Mi Box has a really sleek design, and this does have a USB port, which the Fire TV lacks. Video support for this is going to be 4K at 60 frames per second. This does support Dolby Audio, DTS, supports Dolby Vision, also HDR10, and does have multiple languages. Now this is going to have 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, ARM Mali G31 graphics card, quad-core Cortex A55 processor. So solid streaming device. Couldn't go wrong picking this one up. The best alternative to the Fire TV Stick is the On 4K Pro streaming device. Now this came out sometime last year, guys, and I've been really impressed ever since it came out. Not just the value proposition, but also the price. So this is going to have 4K UHD, of course, Mali G31 MPU GPU. This has 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage. It has USB 3 ports, Ethernet port, supports Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, runs Google TV OS, and of course, if you buy one of these newer boxes, you are going to get the remote with the free TV button as well as a backlight. Now, I've been testing and using this box ever since it came out, guys, and what I would say is there's no flaws in this box. The only thing I can be nitpicky about is that I'd rather see gigabit Ethernet over the 10100, but even with that, 100 megabits per second is better than nothing, which the Fire TV Stick has. Currently, this is on Walmart's website for $49. Again, I'll leave a link to everything that I mentioned in the description. But also, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you had to pick 10 devices to replace your Fire TV Stick, what would they be? Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.